Hi, my name is Neil. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are driving the Ferrari LaFerrari. Any guesses what LaFerrari means? Well, it means the Ferrari. So for all intents and purposes, translated into English, this car's name literally is the Ferrari, the Ferrari. Anyway, stupid names aside, this week we are at the Weathertech Raceway Laguna Seca. First, I'm going to have a 5-lap race with the 7 of exact same cars to see what a competitive lap time in this car at this track looks like. Then we are going to go hot lapping, where we are going to have a solo session trying to chase down that fastest lap that we got from the race, try to get consistent at it, and in the end we get to the breakdown, where we deep dive into the fastest lap that we managed during the hot lapping session and look at every braking point, turn in, exit, technical stuff like that. As of now, see you at the end of the race. Right, so we are at the end of the race. The fastest lap time, 124.962. So going down to hot lapping, that's going to be our benchmark. Looking at the sector times, I did manage purple sector in sector 2, 27.4. Look at the last car eking out somehow the purple sector in first sector with a 32. I was not far behind with a 32.1, so 0.1 second of a difference there. Say similar difference in sector 3, where the fastest time was 25.2 and I managed 25.3. I don't understand what happened to the other cars here. I have seen them fall in the low 25s, high 24s before. So in terms of the fastest lap, obviously. So I don't know, maybe they were just having fun competing against each other. As you can see, the last 5 cars were covered within 3 seconds at the finish. So yeah, even the cars 2 and 3, even I had some fun competing against them. Yeah, 124.962 in the last lap in fact. And so let's go hot lapping. So before we go driving, I'm going to show you my setup here. So I'm not even going to touch the traction control in this case, because this is a 950 horsepower car. So it's better to leave an electronic nanny to take care of the traction. So we are going to leave it at stage 1. I'm not going to touch any of the mechanical components like suspension, aerodynamics, etc., because that's what the cars during the race were running. Also the tires, Hypercar Trofeo is the default setup. That's what the cars during the race were running, so the benchmark times we have are set on this exact tire, so we are going to use that for our session. Let's go driving. Alright, starting the lap and just listen to that engine, wow. So this car has a 6-liter NA V12 that's also mated to a Formula 1 derived Corsa system, which together produces 950 horsepower and over 900 Newton meters of torque. This car weighs around 1.3 tons dry. So when this car was launched, it became part of what's now known as the Hypercar Holy Trinity. This was Ferrari's answer to the Porsche 918 and the McLaren P1. However, this was the most powerful of the bunch, as well as the lightest of the bunch. And also the most expensive of the bunch. Ferrari went to great lengths to ensure this car is dynamically sorted. For example, the seat in this car is not adjustable. Instead, Ferrari has made the steering and the pedal box adjustable, so they could remove the mechanisms to adjust the seat, so the seat could be mounted lower in the chassis, thus lowering the center of gravity. Oh yeah, I guess that's what it takes to engineer a car that's named the Ferrari, the Ferrari. By the way, please excuse this chair fluffing around all over the place. People who have used a sim would know this, that the brake pedal in these things are actually rock hard. So So as I'm pushing the brakes down with everything I have in my legs, that's what's pushing this chair around. Right, that's enough. Let's get to the breakdown. Right, we have the times in front of us here, but before we dive into that, something's worth mentioning here. Look how the times from lap 2 to lap 5 and again in lap 12 and 13 are so off from the rest of the mid 125s. Well, there's a reason. Turns out this car is so wide that it can't properly fit into the banked section at turn 6. So all of these lower times you see, they're all incidents at turn 6. That out of the way, let's look at the times here. 125.270 is what we have managed, which is actually 0.3 seconds slower than what we had managed back in the race. But it's still a competitive time. It's actually faster than most of the AI cars. So yeah, that's what we are going with. It is what it is. 125.270. The sector times as well, you can see, are either the fastest or near the fastest time across the board. So yeah, a solid lap. Let's get to the breakdown. Alright, starting at the main straight where you can really see the difference in terms of straight line speed between a LaFerrari and a regular sports car. Kiss the apex at turn 1, hit your brakes hard as soon as you reach the little straight section between turn 1 and turn 2, the Andretti hairpin. As you can see, this car has a tendency to understeer. So as soon as you let go of the brakes, use the throttle to tighten your line. And coming up is turn 2. Here you want to hit your brakes right in between marker 3 and marker 2. Hold your brakes and gently let go as you turn in towards the corner. As soon as you go past the apex, floor the throttle. This car is a beast, but the tire really tames its power. For turn 4, hit your brakes right as you go past marker 2 and release as you turn in. Hit the apex and floor the throttle as you exit towards turn 5. Hit your brakes just as you go past marker 3. This is not too dissimilar to turn 2, but the slight banked section means there is lower chances of understeer. So use that banked section to accelerate early and give you a good exit towards turn 6. Brake hard right as you go past marker 3. Now you'll notice this car barely fits in the banked section. You miss it by inches and you go straight into that wall over there on the right side. Anyway, coming up is turn 7, which is basically a hard braking zone for turn 8 and 8A. Brake as you go past the curbs on the left side and hold your brakes as you approach corner 8 and 8A, the corkscrew. Gently lift off the brakes as you approach the left-hander. Once you go down the elevation and get into the right-hander, floor your throttle to give you a good exit towards turn 9. Give it a short but hard dab of brakes to control your speed and gently start accelerating before you hit the curbs, hitting full throttle at the apex. For turn 10, hit your brakes just where the curbs start. Let go as you turn into the apex, use the bank section to give you a good exit towards the final corner, turn 11. Again, brake right where the curbs start, just like turn 10. Let go of the brakes as you approach the corner and slowly and gently feed in the power to tighten your line, and from there Let the 950 horsepower work its magic as it catapults you down the straight and across the line in 125.270. So yeah, that's about it for today. Let me know your thoughts about this video. What times did you manage in the sim down in the comment box below. While you're down there, hit your favorite buttons, the like, share, subscribe and the bell notification icon, and I'll see you in my next video. Until then, drive hard, drive safe, take care.